What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Torque Junkies. Today I'm going to go over, is the end of the month really the best time to buy a car? That's all coming at you right now. Yeah, you thought I was going to give it to you now, didn't you? After these messages. Oh, shit. Alright, so is the end of the month really the best time to buy a car? Well, yes. The short answer is yes, and here is why. So number one is the most obvious reason why to buy in the last day of the month, and that's because dealers want to go and push inventory. And because dealerships at this point in time have a quota to meet, so they'll do pretty much a lot of things, almost anything, to make a car deal at the end of the month. Like literally anything. Like dropping their pants.
How many can I put you down for? A lot? Please say a lot. I need this.
So that's the first reason why, and that's also the most obvious. You're probably thinking, oh yeah, bro, I freaking knew that, like, you know. The second reason why is not just because the dealership has a quota, but because the manufacturer has a quota. So the manufacturer usually will actually put on their own incentives and their own coupons at the end of the month. Usually like the last week of the month, they'll add more coupons onto certain vehicles in order to go and push it so they can have a better quota for themselves as well. And by coupons, I mean lease cash, finance cash, any kind of cash towards the car you're buying to put a deal together. Not only the dealership, it's not like the manufacturer just hands it to the dealer and that's it. The manufacturer needs to see that they're selling these cars too, so they put their own incentives, and usually they'll put most of their best incentives at the end of the month. So the dealer has their own quota and the manufacturer has their own quota as well. So put that together and you have two quotas have to be met, meaning you get a really good deal. Also, another thing too is not just the car you're buying, but you actually get more money on your trade as well. A dealer at the end of the month becomes a lot more flexible, where in the beginning of the month, they're a little more rigid, but at the end of the month, it's at this time, it's game time. They need to put a deal together. So they're gonna go give you more on your trade-in. They're gonna give you more for the car you're buying at that moment. If it's a buy or a lease, they're gonna do a better job at all of it. Even when you go in the finance office, they'll give you a better deal as well, because everybody's quota is on the line at the end of the month. Now, another thing too is that when you're buying a car at the end of the month, don't be too picky about the color and spec of the vehicle, because in this time of the month, their inventory might not be as full as it was in the beginning of the month. So be wary about that. However, you might get a higher trim than you originally wanted because that might be all they have and they want to push a car. And so they'll sell you that premium trim at the price of the entry-level trim. So that's another thing to look at as well. Now, another thing about buying at the end of the month, it only really works if you show up at the dealership. If you're trying to go and work the deal over the phone, they're having a bunch of people come into the doors at the end of the month and they're making deals happen. If you want to have a great deal too, make sure to show up and not just call in and asking for a price, because they're probably not going to have that much time for you. Now, the next thing I wanted to mention about buying at the end of the month is that there are certain times and certain end of the months that you want to buy a car in. For example, one of the best times to buy a car is actually right now. Buying a car when, let's say we're in 2017, they're rolling in the 2018 models. So you want to go and buy when the 2018 models are coming out, because now they have to go and push the 17 models out. So not only are you getting the manufacturer's discount and the dealership discount, you're also getting additional discounts because they're trying to go and take off the 2017 models so they can start selling the 18 models. They want to get rid of their inventory to go and bring in new inventory. Another great month is December, because it's the end of the year, and that is where their huge quota number, it's like the mega end of the month. So they really need to hit their numbers for the entire year. Now, the only sucky part is if they've already met their quota for the year and they're already at the number they wanted to be at, you might not get as great of a deal, but still, December normally is an awesome month. Also, another time is usually around spring. They have great deals as well, because certain manufacturers will bring out their new model year around springtime. Some bring in spring, the others bring in the end of summer, beginning of fall. Those are like the best end of months you can go and buy. Now, the last thing I wanted to bring up is, yes, buying a car at the end of the month usually is the best time to buy. But every once in a while, it is very good to buy a car in the first day of the month. Now, here's why. The first day of the month, a lot of times, dealerships will extend their end of the month to the first of the month or even the second of the month in order to meet their quota of the month before. So if you want to go and get a great deal, sometimes you can go in there the day after the end of the month and get a great deal and not have to wait in line to buy a car. No, 10 hours at the dealership, no 3 or 4 hours for the finance manager to get to you. You just go in, buy a car, and get the same deal that somebody else got the day before on the last day of the month. So that's everything I have to say about buying a car at the end of the month. Buying a car at the end of the month normally is the best time, but every once in a while you can get an amazing deal in the first or second day of the month. Bonus one, buying a car at the end of the month is also very advantageous to you as a buyer, not only as leverage, but because there's everybody available. They might have 3 or 4 sales managers there to go and help you buy a car. They have all kinds of salespeople. If it doesn't work out with one manager, another manager might take a look at the deal. You have many different opinions and a lot of other people there to help out make a great deal versus having to get an approval from one manager who might not be there that day. You have every manager there so they can really approve if they can do a deal at a really low rate, as well as the GM being there. Really, you have everybody on deck working for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was informative for you. Once again, my name is Hector. This is Torque Junkies. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you had any questions or any suggestions that you wanted to add, put it in the comments below. Thank you so much and have a great day.